In this video, we're going to go ahead and build a restaurant voice agent that's capable of checking availability, booking, canceling, and rescheduling reservations, as well as answering FAQs and offering personalized menu recommendations. Without wasting any of your time, let's get straight into the video. And by the way, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Azim. I run a voice agency called Inspire AI, and we build voice agents for businesses from restaurants to insurance agencies and beyond. If you're a business owner and you're looking to implement something like this inside of your own business, you can book a free consultation with us using the calendar link in the description. All details are below. But now let's dive into the actual problem, why we're building this agent, and how we're actually going to build it. So according to Perplexity, which I used to do all of this research and figure out why restaurant voice agents are so crazy, it's very simple. First of all, voice agents are accurate nearly 100% of the time. They understand accents, they understand many languages, and they can quite literally speak to anyone. They also reduce work costs by over 17%, but today I'm going to show you a system that goes far beyond that. So you essentially get the point. 79% of restaurants are also using some form of AI, 34% are using voice AI right now, and almost half are going to adopt it within 12 months. So you can clearly see where this is headed. This is not only a business opportunity, whether you're a business owner that's looking to increase their restaurant bookings or provide better service, or if you're someone who's looking to actually build out those voice agents and start offering to them. Now I'm here today to satisfy both sides of the table, so let's go ahead and start off with the demo.
Ciao, this is Enzo from Osteria Alvicolo. How may I help you today?
Yeah, hi Anzo. So I was wondering what kind of food you offer at your restaurant. Like, is it spaghetti? What does your restaurant offer?
Ciao, at Osteria Alvicolo we specialize in authentic handmade Italian cuisine. We do offer spaghetti, but our menu features a variety of fresh pasta dishes like tagliatelle with our signature 36-hour beef and pork ragu, tonarelli cacio e pepe, and pappardelle with wild mushrooms. We also serve seasonal mains such as brick-pressed chicken, whole-roasted sea bass, and traditional Italian appetizers including burrata with grilled peaches and charred octopus. Everything is made with seasonal ingredients from local farms. Would you like me to tell you more about any specific dishes or our menu categories?
Yeah, Enzo. So I was also wondering what the phone number of your restaurant is.
The phone number for Osteria Alvicolo is 21255500184. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, Enzo. So I was wondering where what your address is. So I couldn't find it online. Can you please give me that information?
Our address is 147 Vicolo Lane, New York, New York 10012. We're located at the corner of Mulberry and Prince Streets. Would you like directions or any other information about getting here? Hello? Are you still there? I'd be happy to help with any other questions about our restaurant or assist with making a reservation if you'd like.
Yeah, Enzo. So one last thing. I was wondering whether I can bring my pet bear to the restaurant. Does that follow your policy?
I'm happy to clarify our pet policy. We welcome service animals in the dining room, and our seasonal patio is pet-friendly when it's open. However, we don't allow other animals in the dining area, including pets like bears. For safety and comfort of all our guests, we ask that you leave your bear at home. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, no, Enzo. I appreciate you for letting me know this, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you. So you just saw the voice agent in action. Notice how it had that authentic Italian accent. It responded to my questions correctly, and it maintained its tone and style at all times. So now, let's go ahead and set this voice agent up for yourself. So for this setup, you're going to need two different platforms. The first of which is 11 Labs. We're going to be using this to actually prompt the voice agent that we have, give it directions, and set its behavior. I'm going to have both the links for 11 Labs and n8n in the description. Anyway, once you're inside of 11 Labs and you're inside of the agent's platform, you're going to go ahead and create a new agent using this plus sign. Name it something that you remember, and then go ahead and scroll down. So for the additional languages, you can really set whatever. I was just playing around with it before, but you can really set it to whatever you'd like it to be. For the first message, I decided to put something like this. And now for the system prompt, which is our main set of instructions, I've provided this. Now, you can actually access this entire prompt for completely free by going ahead and joining my school community in the link in the description. While you're at it, if you're a business owner, you can also check out the link to my calendar for your free consultation. We're actually doing personalized and in-depth AI audits for the first 3 businesses that go ahead and work with us. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Either way, once you've navigated over to my school community and you've went into the resources section, I'll have it visible so you can find it. You're going to go ahead and copy that prompt and paste it inside of here. From here, you're going to go ahead and set these 2 settings. So you're going to go ahead and click on add. So these are essentially variables that the voice agent can have at any time. So as you can see here, I've attached the system time, and this might be already included for you since I've attached it in the actual prompt. But if it hasn't, just go ahead and add it. This is going to give the agent the current time, so it knows when to book certain things, what time it is. Once you've done that, just go ahead and select your time zone, and from there you're good to go for this section. Next, what we're going to go ahead and scroll down to is select the LLM. Now, the LLM is essentially the AI that's powering this voice agent behind the scenes. So it's what's generating the speech that it pronounces, the text it pronounces, the tools that it calls, etc. So for something like this, you can actually use 11 Labs. I personally love using it. It's absolutely awesome. But you can also go ahead and use something like GPT-5. It's a bit more on the expensive side, but you're probably going to get better results with it. After this, you can actually go ahead and set the reasoning effort to low or medium. It really depends. For those rescheduling and cancellation use cases, we're probably going to need a bit more thinking for the voice agent. So I would just go ahead and probably set it to something like medium. Just go ahead and click save on that. And then for the temperature, you can set it to be something like creative, just so it seems more human and it goes ahead and gives us good responses. Scrolling further down, we're going to have a section called Agent Knowledge Base. So a knowledge base in 11 Labs is very simple. You can upload a few files inside of here, this being the general knowledge, which has all of the information that I was asking for it before, and then also the menu, which is going to have all of the menu items that it can go ahead and reference for people. So those files are also going to be attached inside of the resources section in the school community, so you can download them as well and then play around with that too. Moving on, for the tools, you're going to go ahead and enable 2 or 3 of these tools, really. The main thing that we need here is the end call tool. You can turn off the detect language and the skip turn tool. They're pretty straightforward. They do exactly what you would think they do, so you can go ahead and uncheck them. For simplicity reasons, I might go ahead and uncheck them too. And now we're going to scroll down to the main section, which is called custom tool. So custom tools are essentially tools that we can go ahead and link the voice agent with using a platform like n8n or make.com to do things in the backend. So essentially, behind the scenes, you're going to have something going ahead and booking a reservation in a calendar based on the preferred time that a voice agent collected from the caller, for example. So we're going to have 4 of these tools, and they're all going to be managing the reservations. So we're going to have check reservation, that's going to be checking the availability, booking reservation, a book reservation, that's going to create a reservation, and then for these 2, you essentially get the point. They're just going to reschedule and cancel the reservations. From here, what we're going to do now is go ahead and set each of them up one by one. But before we do that, make sure to go ahead and sign up to n8n. The link for that to redeem a free 2 weeks will be in the description, so go ahead and use it for yourself. But really what you want to do is just sign up to n8n and go ahead and create a new workflow. In the school community, by now, you have probably already noticed that I had an n8n workflow blueprint in there as well. And that n8n workflow file is going to be this exact setup. So you're going to go ahead and download the file, and instead of your newly created blank workflow, you're going to go ahead and click on these 3 dots in the top right corner, click on import from file, and then import the file from your computer. The resulting blueprint should look something like this, and we're going to be setting it up as we go on and set up the tools. So the first tool for our setup is going to be the check reservation tool. As described before, it goes ahead and checks the availability for a reservation based on the caller's preferred time. So as I'm going through these tools, it's probably best that you go ahead and follow along with me. So just go ahead and start creating your tools. If you were to create a tool from scratch, you would click on Add Tool, and then you would click on Add Webhook Tool, because as you've noticed, in n8n we're going to be using a webhook to capture all of the information. But if you're a beginner, don't worry about that. We're still going to get it set up. So after you've created those webhook tools, you're going to name your first one check reservation, and you're going to give it this exact same description. Now, for the method and the URL, this is where n8n starts to come in. You're going to go back to n8n, click on this webhook, double click, and inside you'll see that there's a webhook URL as well as a post option over here. So what you're going to go ahead and do is click on production URL. You're going to copy this link, and then you're going to go back to 11 Labs and paste in your link over here. You're obviously going to select the post method. So that's what's actually going to allow the 11 Labs voice agent to post the results to our n8n webhook. Once you've gone ahead and done that, just scroll down here, and what we're going to be doing, just for the sake of simplicity for our system today, is we're going to be sending something that's called a custom header. So a custom header is basically something that we're including in the information that is going to be passed down for each particular tool. So for this one, it's going to be called tool name, and the value is going to be check reservation. This is really going to come into handy because this AI agent that we have over here is going to need to know which Google Calendar tools it eventually needs to call itself. And over here, we're actually routing, and over here, we're actually identifying what the tool is called. So depending on the tool that is processed by 11 Labs, we're going to go ahead and send that to our AI agent. So if it's equal to check reservation, this AI agent over here is going to know the latest tool that was went ahead and called. So it's going to have a better idea of what it actually needs to do, if that makes sense. But essentially, once you've gone ahead and set up this header, you can go ahead and scroll down to something called the body parameters. The body parameters are essentially just small pieces of information that we go ahead and collect along with the tool. So for the check reservation tool, which is going to be checking the availability in the calendar, we're going to need to collect the preferred time of the caller to book the reservation in this specific format. So you're going to go ahead and add that description. Inside of the properties, you're going to go ahead and type in preferred time, which is going to be the preferred time of the person. And over here is just going to be a very similar description to what we saw over here. And by the way, if you want to make this simpler for yourself, I'm actually going to attach a guide where you can go ahead and copy the descriptions for all of these and then go ahead and paste them into 11 Labs. So you're not constantly switching back and forth to set this up, because I know that can get really annoying. But for this setup, that's going to be the only property that we need. You're just going to mark it as required. You're going to make sure that all of these values are the same as I have here. And then you're going to go ahead and click on save in the top right corner. Moving on, we're going to set up the book reservation tool. Pretty straightforward. It's going to be going ahead and creating a reservation with the caller name, the phone number, and other details. The method as well as the URL is going to be exactly the same, so you can set it up the same way as you did with the last tool. In the header, you're going to once again say tool name and then have the value be book reservation. And then after that, you're going to go scroll down, and we're going to have the body parameter section once again. So for this description, it's going to collect the full caller name, the date and time, the party size, as well as any notes that the caller might have. So this is going to be very straightforward. You're just going to type in every single one of these details, and then you're going to go ahead and describe them. So for example, party size is going to be, the description for it is going to be the number of people coming in for the reservation. For the requested time, it's going to be something like the requested time of the caller in this particular format. For the full name, it's just going to be the full name of the caller. So it's really as simple as it gets. Just make sure that when you're following my guide, which I've created, you go ahead and set up all of these values. So when we get to actually using it, the AI agent inside of n8n is actually going to have all of the information that it needs. Once you've gone ahead and done that, just click on save once again, and we have only 2 more tools left to go. These are going to be the cancel reservation and the reschedule reservation tools. So for the reschedule reservation tool, let's go ahead and click inside of it. It's going to do something very similar. It's going to reschedule a reservation after collecting the caller's name, the phone number, as well as the date and time. The reason it needs the caller name, the phone number, and the date and time is because that's usually the best way to locate existing bookings. Someone can go ahead and spell out their ID, but usually those reservation IDs are going to be extremely long and there's a high chance that the voice agent won't exactly capture the ID correctly, either because the person is speaking too fast or something else. For the method and the URL, they're going to be exactly the same as before. For the header, it's going to be the tool name. Now it's going to be the reschedule reservation for the value. And for the body parameters, we're just collecting the full caller name, the date and time, and phone number so we can go ahead and quickly locate their reservation. Each of the properties is going to be, once again, very simple. I'll include them inside of my guide anyway, but just make sure that you're, once again, setting all three of these up. Now, finally, for the cancel reservation tool, you can actually go ahead and duplicate the reschedule reservation tool because it's going to be very similar to the cancel reservation tool, because in essence, rescheduling is just going ahead, canceling something existing, and then booking it again. So canceling something is basically half of the way of rescheduling it. So for the wording, you're just going to slightly change it up. Instead of reschedules, you're going to type in cancels, but we're still collecting all of the same information. For the headers, as usual, type in cancel reservation, scroll down to the body parameters, and that's where we're going to be collecting all of these details and listing them out in detail once again. So once you've gone ahead and done that, we've actually finished setting up our tools, and that was really the bulk of this step. Now we're going to be focusing mainly on n8n. One last thing that you might want to do in 11 Labs though is to just go ahead to the voice section, and from there you can go ahead and set up a voice. So in order to get that Italian accent I had before, I selected a voice called Giovanni. You can go ahead and set pretty much anything up. 11 Labs has a lot of different choices for voices, so that's what makes it really awesome. As for the other settings, you can really leave them as they are. We're not too concerned about them. And now for n8n, I'll go ahead and do a quick walkthrough of the entire workflow, and then we can go ahead and actually set it up. The setup is not going to be very complicated. You're just going to go ahead and connect your calendar to n8n. So really for the setup, what you're going to need to do is set up your Google Calendar nodes. But first, let me just go ahead and explain what this flow actually does and how it connects to 11 Labs. So first of all, we have a webhook. As explained before, this webhook has a link attached to it, and we attach that link to all four of our tools. This means that whenever the voice agent in 11 Labs is going to call one of those four tools, this webhook is also going to be called because it's going to receive that information. And usually the information is going to look something like this. So as you can see here, there are a bunch of headers that we have over here. We really shouldn't pay attention to most of them. But over here, as we had said it before, that custom header called tool name displays as check reservation. So when I was testing this before, I was using it to check availability. If we scroll down over here, you'll see a separate header called body. And the body header will have those properties that we included before. So for the check reservation tool, it's only going to be preferred time, since we only need to check the preferred time to get back the availability. So every time we're going to have a tool, we're also going to have the properties that we have set up for it. After this, we go on to this code node, this extract parameters node, as I call it. Parameters are just another name for body properties. So this is a parameter, for example, and what we're doing is going ahead and extracting these parameters, and then eventually, you don't need to know anything about this code, but we're extracting all of those parameters and grouping them into something called combined content. So if we go ahead and scroll down, over here we will see combined content is equal to preferred time, and that is the preferred time, which matches this. If we were to have multiple properties, the combined content would also have multiple properties. But in this case, I had only one, so it's going to go ahead and have one as well. As I said before, we're going to have this node, which essentially goes ahead and checks what the tool name was. This node might not entirely be needed, but what it just goes ahead and does is it shows us which tool is called. So for the headers, which were passed down in the webhook, we have the tool name header. So what we're going ahead and doing is just checking what the header is equal to. So in this case, it was equal to the check reservation, which matches this condition, but doesn't match any of these conditions. So for example, the book reservation one. So logically, we see it taking the check reservation path and then going ahead to this AI agent, which is really the bulk of the setup and what we're going to be spending the most of our remaining time on. So over here, if I click inside of it, we're going to see this inside of the user message. For those of you who aren't familiar with what a user message is, it's essentially the information that we're providing to the AI agent so it can go ahead and execute based on the instructions we've provided. So over here, we're going to have two pieces of information. One of them is going to be the tool to use. We're just mapping the tool name that we had before. And then the input information is just going to be the combined content. In this case, it was the preferred time. And so this system message over here goes ahead and instructs an AI agent that we have within n8n that is going to go ahead and use its own tools to manage the calendar. When I say that, I mean it's going to use one of these 5 tools or a combination of multiple to go ahead and do what it has to do. So these pretty much match what is inside of 11 Labs. We have one more reservation here, simply because in order to reschedule or cancel the reservation, we actually have to find the reservation, which is why we have this get reservations tool. But really what you should know is that this AI agent over here has those 5 tools, and it has specific instructions on when each tool should be used. 2 really important things that we're gonna go ahead and do over here is go ahead and connect your Google Calendar over to this AI agent. And the way you go ahead and do that is you click inside one of these, and then from there, there's going to be an option, credential to connect with. Essentially, you're going to go ahead, click inside of here. You're going to go ahead and create that new credential by simply signing in with Google, giving n8n access to some of your Google Calendar permissions. After you do that, though, just make sure that the calendar you're selecting from this list is correct. So you would go into this list. It might still display mine, just because n8n does that whenever you copy my blueprint into your own workspace. But just make sure to select your own calendar. It's very straightforward, very simple, and that's really it for the Google Calendar setup. Anthropic. So I'd recommend you use something like Claude Sonnet 4. You can do that by going ahead and searching for Anthropic API. And then from there, you would sign up to Claude, get your API key, and then go ahead and connect it inside of n8n. This process is very simple, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to be showing that in this video. You can always search it up on YouTube. I'm actually going to link a few tutorials in the school community, so you can go ahead and check them out as well. If you want to use something else other than Sonnet 4, you can connect something like GPT-5. So once you've gone ahead and connected everything, including your Google Calendar, and selected a chat model, you can go ahead and test this system out for yourself. I'll run a quick demo so you can actually see what it looks like right now. One thing you want to make sure you do before testing this workflow is to activate this n8n workflow so you don't have to click on execute workflow every time to test it. But right now, let's go ahead and actually call it.
Ciao, this is Enzo from Osteria al Vicolo. How may I help you today?
Yeah, Enzo, so I was looking to book a reservation. I just want to get this done really fast, no fluff. Let's go ahead and do it.
Perfect. Let's get you booked. I'll keep this quick and efficient. What date and time are you looking for? And how many people in your party?
Yeah, so I was looking to book for tomorrow, maybe at around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Party size, I'm not sure yet.
I can help you check availability, but I need to clarify a couple things. 1. What's the party size? How many people will be dining? 2. Tomorrow would be Monday, October 20th. Is that correct? Just want to make sure I'm checking the right date and party size for you.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there would be around 10 people. The date and time you mentioned is correct, yeah.
I can help you check availability for 10 people, but I need to let you know that our policy requires parties of 8 or more to be handled through our private dining room. For 10 people, I'd need to connect you with our events team at events@osterialvicolo.com. They can set up a custom menu and handle the booking for the private dining room. Would you like me to provide their contact information, or would you prefer to check availability for a smaller party instead?
Let's go ahead and check the availability for, let's do 6 people for the same date and time.
Got it. Checking availability for 6 people tomorrow, Monday, October 20th at 3 p.m. Excellent. I have availability for 6 people tomorrow, Monday, October 20th at 3 p.m. To complete your booking, I'll need your full name, phone number, Any notes, allergies, special occasion, etc. Let's get this done quickly. What's your full name? You're welcome. I'm ready to finish your booking. What's your full name?
Yeah, so my name is Azim Kodirov, that is spelled Azim, and then my last name is Kodirov, so that's Kodirov.
Perfect, Azim Kodarov. Now, I'll need your phone number to complete the booking.
Yeah, my phone number is 555-123-4567.
Got it. Phone number is 555-123-4567. Any notes I should include for your reservation? Allergies, special occasion, etc. I see you didn't mention any specific notes. That's fine. I'll proceed without any special notes. Let me confirm your booking details. 6 people, Monday, October the 20th at 3 o'clock p.m. Name, Azim Kodarov. Phone, 555-123-4567. Everything looks correct. I'll go ahead and finalize this reservation for you now. Perfect. Your reservation is confirmed. Reservation details, confirmation number C19CCPNG 8HF72PUR N4GCS3DG, date Monday, October 20th. Time 3 o'clock 4:30 p.m. Party size 6 guests. You'll receive a reminder 24 hours before your reservation. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, thank you. I think I'm good. I appreciate you so much, Enzo. Thank you. Bye-bye. So as you saw there, that was a very smooth experience. It went ahead as we wrote in the instructions. It first asked me for my preferred time and the party size, and when I said that I was actually bringing 10 people, it told me that I would need to do some special registration, which was very interesting because I didn't really mention that in a prompt, and I pulled that information from the knowledge base without being asked. But after that, I still got booked. But if we go ahead and check out my calendar, we can see that I've been booked for this reservation. So yeah, that's correct. I've been booked for a reservation, 90 minutes, for tomorrow at 3 p.m. So Monday. So that's completely correct. And as we see here, reservation for my name, party of 6 guests, October 20th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Overall, just a very simple setup, booked me in very quickly, and it went ahead and provided a very smooth experience. So on a final note, I hope this video was helpful for you, that you got something out of it. We were able to basically effortlessly go ahead and schedule this appointment. You can actually see created the reservation here inside of n8n. But overall, I hope you found this to be worth your time and that you're going to go ahead and possibly use it somewhere else. If you're someone who is looking to learn more about voice AI, feel free to join my free school community. I have a bunch of other voice agent blueprints down there, and I have some courses coming soon, so you definitely don't want to miss those. But once again, if you're a business owner, this is my last call to you to go ahead and just book the free consultation. We're offering AI audits to the first 3 people that come to us. So it's a chance for you to profit off of our expertise. So make sure to grab your spot before somebody else does. But with that, all of those links will be down in the description, so you can go ahead and book that in. But otherwise, I wish you a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.